Over time, marriage continuously changes and evolves. When couples live together long enough, they may experience shifts in their emotions and how they perceive each other. Many wives, in particular, notice that their husbands no longer show the same care and affection as they did in the early days of their relationship. Some even become indifferent or exhibit more negative attitudes toward their spouses. This not only causes emotional distress, but also raises doubts about the stability of the relationship. Is this merely a natural change in marriage, or does it signal a deeper issue? In reality, several factors contribute to this shift. Work pressures, family responsibilities, differences in life perspectives, or a decline in emotional connection may cause husbands to lose the affectionate gaze they once had for their wives. Sometimes, excessive familiarity and the repetitive cycle of daily concerns make them take their partners for granted. Psychological and physiological changes as both partners age can also influence their behavior and feelings toward each other. So how can couples maintain and rekindle love in their marriage, ensuring that husbands sustain their affection and grow to appreciate their wives even more over time? Understanding the root causes of these changes is the first crucial step. Then, both spouses must actively seek ways to improve communication, reignite their emotional connection, and maintain small yet meaningful gestures of love in their daily lives. A lasting and happy marriage is not solely built on initial love, but requires continuous effort and nurturing from both partners. This article will explore the common reasons behind a husband's changing emotions over time, helping you identify key signs and offering practical solutions to strengthen and restore a loving, connected relationship. 1. Boredom and stagnation in marriage. In marriage, many couples fall into a state of familiarity that becomes repetitive, where the intense emotions of the early days gradually give way to a steady, sometimes monotonous rhythm. Excitement, passion, and romantic moments may fill a couple's life at the beginning of a marriage. However, over time, daily responsibilities such as work, raising children, managing finances, and taking care of the household begin to consume most of their time and mental energy. Marriage risks becoming a series of obligations rather than a journey of love and connection when this situation persists. Sadly, as family life becomes busier, many people stop trying to maintain novelty in their relationships. Deep conversations gradually get replaced by brief exchanges about household chores or the children's schedules. Acts of affection and care may be replaced by indifference, or worse, by taking each other for granted. The wife, who was once a source of inspiration and emotional support, may slowly become just a roommate, a financial partner, or a co-parent, lacking the romantic connection that once bound them together. In such a scenario, the husband may lose excitement in being with his wife, leading to emotional distance and even resentment as he feels that marriage is no longer what he expected. So, how can couples avoid stagnating and keep their marriage fresh? The key lies in proactively nurturing love and constantly revitalizing the relationship. Setting aside quality time together through date nights, engaging in exciting activities, or sharing thoughts and dreams never spoken before can make a significant difference. Small gestures, such as an unexpected message, a sincere compliment, or a warm hug, can also help reignite emotional warmth. Most importantly, couples must remember that love does not sustain itself naturally. It requires continuous effort and care to prevent boredom and keep the relationship full of positive energy. 2. Unmet emotional needs. In any relationship, emotional connection is the foundation for maintaining stability and happiness. When one partner feels that their emotional needs are not understood or fulfilled, feelings of distance and disappointment can slowly creep into the marriage. For many husbands, a lack of attention and emotional understanding from their wives may cause them to withdraw, share less, and gradually lose connection with their spouse. One common reason for this issue is complacency in expressing affection. In the early stages of love, couples try to show care, listen attentively, and understand each other's desires. However, as life becomes busier with work, children, family responsibilities, and personal concerns, they may start assuming that their partner should naturally understand their emotions without needing to express them. This is a misconception, because even the most deeply in love couples cannot read each other's minds without clear communication. To restore emotional intimacy in marriage, both partners must consciously try to reconnect. The most crucial step is to create an open and safe environment for communication, where both feel comfortable sharing their feelings and desires without fear of judgment. 3. The feeling of being unappreciated. In a relationship, mutual recognition and appreciation are crucial to maintaining connection and nurturing lasting love. When someone feels that their contributions and efforts go unnoticed, they may gradually become disappointed, disheartened, or even develop resentment toward their partner. This is especially true for men, who may feel that their wives do not acknowledge or value their sacrifices and responsibilities. In many families, a husband's contributions are sometimes taken for granted. He may work long hours, shoulder financial burdens, make important decisions, or be responsible for protecting the family, yet his efforts are not always recognized. If a wife does not express appreciation through words or actions, her husband may begin to feel forgotten or undervalued in his own home. Conversely, this is not exclusive to men. Women also need recognition. Suppose a wife dedicates herself to raising children, managing the household, and ensuring the family's well-being, but receives little gratitude or support from her husband. In that case, she too may feel lonely and exhausted. This lack of appreciation is not always intentional. Sometimes, couples become so accustomed to their roles that they forget to express gratitude. When a relationship falls into the routine of daily responsibilities, partners may start seeing each other's efforts as expected, rather than something to be valued. Over time, this indifference can widen the emotional gap between spouses, leading to deep emotional wounds. Expressing gratitude does not require grand gestures or complex actions. Simple acts, such as a sincere "thank you," a warm gaze when a task is completed, or an unexpected hug, can make a significant difference. 4. Unresolved conflicts. In any marriage, conflicts are inevitable. However, what truly matters is not whether conflicts occur, but how couples handle them. When problems remain unresolved, they do not simply disappear, but accumulate over time, fostering resentment. This lingering dissatisfaction can alter how spouses perceive each other, weaken emotional bonds, and even push the marriage into prolonged tension. Common sources of marital conflict stem from various aspects, including finances, family responsibilities, differences in parenting styles, or unmet expectations. Sometimes, the demands of daily life and external pressures lead couples to avoid confrontation rather than address issues directly. They may silently endure, try to ignore problems, or convince themselves that things will eventually get better. However, sweeping problems under the rug does not make them disappear. It only strengthens hidden frustrations. When a husband feels that his wife is unwilling to engage in discussions or compromise, he may feel unheard or disrespected in the relationship. This can result in emotional withdrawal, causing him to become increasingly distant from his wife. The reverse is also true. If a wife constantly feels that her husband disregards her thoughts and concerns, she may accumulate frustration and lose trust in him. So, how can couples break this negative cycle? The key lies in actively addressing conflicts as they arise. An effective conversation is about expressing one's perspective and genuinely listening to the other person. More importantly, both partners must be willing to compromise when necessary, understanding that no one is perfect and everyone has their way of seeing things. 5. Facing a midlife crisis. As people reach middle age, they often reflect on their past choices and question their achievements. A husband may feel lost, regret missed opportunities, or see his marriage in a more negative light, losing the joy and fulfillment it once brought. This crisis can stem from feeling trapped by work, family responsibilities, and societal pressures, making him compare his reality to idealized expectations. Some seek drastic changes, altering their appearance, pursuing new interests, or even looking for excitement outside marriage, while others withdraw emotionally from their wives. If unaddressed, this emotional gap can grow, leading to relationship strain. However, a midlife crisis can also allow couples to reconnect and grow together if handled with understanding and support. 6. Stress from external pressures. Work, financial struggles, health issues, and personal losses can create stress that affects a marriage. Many husbands, burdened by work expectations and financial responsibilities, may become distant, irritable, or emotionally withdrawn. If their wives misinterpret this as neglect, it can create a further disconnect. A common mistake is viewing each other as part of the problem rather than as partners facing challenges together. Blame and emotional detachment can weaken the relationship. Instead, couples should focus on teamwork, supporting each other through life's difficulties to strengthen their bond. 7. Parenthood, a major turning point. Becoming a parent is a life-changing milestone that brings immense joy and significant marriage challenges. The arrival of a child shifts personal priorities and disrupts the balance in a couple's relationship. Childcare responsibilities, financial pressure, sleepless nights, and parenting worries can create stress, making both partners irritable and distant without realizing it. In traditional households, wives often take on the bulk of childcare and household duties, leaving them exhausted with little energy for their husbands. This can make the husband feel sidelined, no longer a priority in his wife's life. Over time, romantic moments fade, replaced by sleepless nights and parental obligations, making the husband feel lonely even in his home. The wife, too, may feel overwhelmed and emotionally drained, losing interest in maintaining intimacy. Without mutual support and understanding, the emotional gap widens, causing strain in the marriage. To maintain balance, couples must recognize that while children are important, their marriage also needs care. Setting aside quality time together through date nights or meaningful conversations helps strengthen their bond. 8. Breakdown in communication. Communication is the foundation of a strong marriage, but many couples let it fade over time. Conversations that were once filled with excitement and understanding may become routine exchanges about responsibilities. When couples grow too accustomed to each other, they may neglect meaningful conversations that once kept them emotionally connected. A warning sign of deteriorating communication is unresolved misunderstandings. When one partner feels unheard, they may suppress their frustrations rather than express them, allowing negativity to build up. Over time, important discussions are avoided, and communication becomes mechanical, focused only on practical matters like work and childcare, rather than emotional connection. Some couples fall into a negative communication cycle, where conversations revolve only around duties, and deep emotional exchanges become rare. In extreme cases, silence replaces communication, leading to a cold, distant marriage. To restore communication, couples must actively listen and engage in meaningful conversations. Checking in on each other's emotions, sharing thoughts honestly, and creating space for open dialogue can help rebuild connection and understanding. 9. Changes in physical attraction. As time passes, physical appearances naturally change due to aging. Youthful features give way to wrinkles, gray hair, and weight fluctuations. While this is an inevitable part of life, for some couples, these changes may affect physical attraction, particularly from the husband's perspective. Lifestyle factors such as post-pregnancy weight gain, health conditions, and lack of exercise can also impact physical appearance and energy levels. If a husband fixates on these changes and compares his wife to her younger self, or societal beauty standards. It can damage the relationship. Likewise, if a wife feels her husband is no longer attracted to her, she may lose confidence, feel neglected, and lack motivation for self-care. The key is to focus on overall emotional and physical connection, rather than just outward appearance. Maintaining intimacy is about continuous care, support, and shared experiences. When both partners prioritize health, self-improvement, and affectionate gestures, attraction can deepen and remain strong. The question of why many husbands gradually lose their appreciation or affection for their wives as they age is a complex issue stemming from various factors. Over time, marriage faces changes in physical appearance and the pressures of life, a decline in communication, unmet emotional needs, and growing differences in perspectives. When these factors combine, they can create distance between spouses, making the relationship gradually become detached and lose the closeness it once had. However, it is important to understand that these changes do not necessarily lead to dissatisfaction or marital breakdown. On the contrary, if approached correctly, they can serve as opportunities for couples to grow together, renew their relationship, and learn to love more maturely. Love in marriage is not solely based on physical attraction or intense initial emotions, but is also built on understanding, respect, and the willingness to face challenges together. Marriage is not a static state, but a continuously evolving journey. As couples grow older, they may encounter new challenges, but instead of viewing them as signs of deterioration, they can see them as opportunities to deepen their bond. When both partners are committed to nurturing love and connection, they can overcome difficulties and build a marriage that becomes increasingly strong and fulfilling over time.